Wouldn't it be nice to have an administration that punishes corporations that ship our jobs overseas, but rewards businesses for building right here in the great state of Michigan? That is what we promised to do, and that is what we're doing every single day.
Vice President JD Vance in Michigan this afternoon, celebrating the Trump administration's push to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. During his visit to a metal stamping facility in Howell, he said the president is fighting for you.
But as TV5's James Belton tells us, in light of recent events, not everything he had to say was focused on policy. James?
The vice president touched on tariffs, fighting crime, and drugs, but he began by talking about his friend, the late Charlie Kirk, who he called a good man.
And I would like to think that whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, this basic idea of young people gathering to discuss and debate, that is the thing that we cannot let pass away just because the leader of Turning Points USA was gunned down by an assassin.
Vice President JD Vance began his remarks reflecting on the death of his friend Charlie Kirk. The conservative activist died after being shot during a tour stop at Utah Valley University last Wednesday. Vance told the crowd at Hatch Stamping in Howell that if it wasn't for Kirk, he would not be vice president. Vance was in Michigan touting something he said Kirk believed in, the big beautiful bill that became law earlier this summer.
We have got to rebuild the American dream, especially for our young people, which is why this big beautiful bill does so much to bring American manufacturing back to the United States of America.
Vance talked about some features of the big beautiful law.
We fought for no taxes on overtime and no taxes on tips because we want you to keep more of your hard-earned money. We fought for an increase to the child tax credit because we want to make it easier for young families to bring new life into this world and to raise that new life in security and prosperity and comfort.
Vance also spoke about President Donald Trump's tariffs and the administration's efforts to keep fentanyl and other harmful drugs from crossing our borders.
If we just have our actual government fighting for the interests of Americans and nobody else, we can make this country safer, we can protect your jobs, we can make sure you've got the best wages anywhere in the world, and we can stop this terrible poison from coming into our country. We just needed a president who was willing to fight for you, and now we've got one.
Vance also had a message for Governor Gretchen Whitmer about the prospect of using the National Guard in Detroit, similar to what the Trump administration has done in other cities to fight crime. He said, quote, "Gretchen, we are happy to send the National Guard to Detroit, Michigan. All you got to do is ask," end quote. Back to you.
Thank you, James. The Michigan Democratic Party claims Vance's visit to Howell was just to lie. In part, the Democrats said President Trump and Vice President Vance are devastating Michigan's economy with tariffs and care cuts, all to line billionaires' pockets at the cost of working families. The party said that Michiganders are hurting from prices going up and their livelihoods being threatened because of the Trump administration's policies.